Hello and welcome to another episode of the Contractor Growth Show. My name is Mark Lamberth. I'm your host, and today I'm speaking with Allan at JP Exteriors in Austin, Texas. Allan, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thanks, Mark. Happy to join you.
Yeah, so you guys have got from what I can see, an amazing business, kind of a large footprint, a lot of projects happening around the state of Texas. I'd love to hear from your words what services you provide for your customers.
Yeah, absolutely. So we do window siding and outdoor living projects, gutters, doors, but basic window siding, roofing, outdoor living, and then small ancillary related services. In Austin, Texas, primarily residential replacement. And the company's been serving the Austin area for the last 30 years now.
That's incredible. So JP Exteriors has been in the Austin market for 30 years. And then here a few years ago, you purchased the company. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. I purchased the company with another friend of mine. We were working in investment banking in Atlanta. We both wanted to do something more entrepreneurial and kind of liked the home services space, like the exterior space. And we did a lot of investment banking businesses that were similar. And so we went on to purchase JP Exteriors now almost 4 years ago. In July will be 4 years.
Man, that is incredible, Allan. So you were over on the East Coast. Is that where you were working in finance, or were you in Austin already?
No, I was in Atlanta before I moved to Austin to work on JP Exteriors.
Okay, right.
So yeah, East Coast.
So
New York and Atlanta.
Okay, sure. All right. So I'm really interested in your journey from being in the finance world, deeply into it, to moving over to Austin, buying this company, and now having an incredible company. When I talk to founders of construction companies, or in many cases buyers of construction companies, and they did come from a world of finance or like a higher level of banking, this type of thing, that they've taken a really intentional approach at how they've looked at the metrics of the business. This wasn't some handshake deal or whatever. This is something that they very seriously considered, looked at the numbers very carefully, understood the market. Tell me, was it something like that with you? Tell me what it was like.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think a lot of contractors do a lot of the right things, not necessarily in a systematic, scalable way, though. They're selling jobs, they're following up with their customers, they're kind of handing off to production. They're doing a lot of the things they need to be doing, but not in a systemized, scaled way. And so that really caps, a lot of the kind of growth and operational smoothness. So I think, once you purchase the business, you want to purchase a business that does great work. JP Exteriors always did great work. And so I think the next step is just adding the tracking, watching the metrics, making sure you're collecting the cash, making sure the margins are consistent, you're pricing correctly, making sure that you're actually watching your close rates and just really monitoring everything, and also making sure that everything you do can be copied and pasted across the organization. It doesn't rely on just your own skill set.
Amazing. Do you work in the business at the level of sales, or any type of work on the job, visiting jobs? How does your participation work within it?
Yeah, I think when, Reed is my business partner who worked in investment banking with me, when we bought the business, we wore a lot of the hats, all the hats that were necessary to wear. We ended up, there was, we were kind of the new, and we did everything, but over time we've hired the people to work on the jobs and to project manage, and some of the people still stayed from the prior ownership team, and we have a great team. And so now it's making sure that everything's working in time, really focusing on the people, making sure that the people are improving, making sure that the processes stay stable. And then on my side of the role, just really watching the cash flow and making sure that we're making the right financial plays.
Amazing. How many folks were on the team, Allan?
About 15 full-time people, consisting of a sales team, a production team. We built out a lot of extra capacity because we're growing nicely, and then we have a group of subcontractors that's been working for us for a very long time as well.
Okay. And then what is the area that you guys work within? Is it, I mean, you guys are obviously in Austin, but what is the larger geographic footprint that you're in?
Yeah, so the way that we think about our footprint is basically Austin down to San Antonio to Waco, and that basically that corridor.
Okay. Okay. Great. Now, I saw that you guys are just really highly rated, that you guys have got, I don't know, almost 600 five-star reviews on Google, tons of great reviews on other platforms as well. Whenever I see that, I'm always curious if, I mean, obviously you guys have done incredible work. I was curious if you guys also have a process for, sending any kind of automation, asking for reviews when projects are finished, asking obviously for honest reviews. But whenever I see, companies like really highly rated, I wonder, if they've got a process in place, which makes a lot of sense. I'm curious how you guys have got, this amazing review count.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think it's twofold. One, in order to have an amazing review count, you definitely need to do amazing work. And JP Exteriors has certainly done that. Before we joined Enwell, also you're absolutely correct. We've focused a lot on automations and putting that review count together. And that's kind of going back to my earlier point of a lot of things are done right with the standard contractors. They're asking for reviews, but that next step of automating those reviews and getting them in and making sure that this doesn't allow for leakage, that every single customer gets that review via automation, like you said, exactly.
Oh, that's great. You guys have got a great website, man. There's a lot of information on there. It's done really well. We take a look at websites, a lot and kind of for a living, and I see just a lot of stuff done well here. How did you guys did you build and design the website after you bought the company, after you and Reed, came in as the new owners, or did this kind of predate that?
Yeah, so we built the website. One of the key pillars was that despite having a large customer base, there's usually a good amount of website and SEO improvements that can be made, but it is a grind and it's a long-term project because Google doesn't re-rank overnight. And so, as well as it's a tricky industry because a lot of people will promise you the world and will deliver nothing. And there's a good intangible component to SEO. We can't necessarily see it being done like you can a roof installation. So I definitely think it's very important to choose a good SEO provider. Do your research. I think having a really strict watch on that will save people potentially a year of losing optimization time and transitioning hassle. So definitely research and find the right people to do it for you.
Yeah, that's great. Great. Love that. Well, what does the future look like for you guys, Allan? I mean, are you guys still in major growth mode, or have things, are you kind of at a nice stable place with the team that you have right now?
Oh, we're definitely growing quite nicely. We've expanded our sales team pretty significantly in the last year. I think the Austin market in generally is very good in terms of the demand for living out there and all the migrations. We don't see that changing, and so our sales team has really grown. Our geographical footprint is growing. We're doing more projects in San Antonio, and so we're still in growth mode, still seeing lots of growth year over year.
Fantastic. Well, a lot of folks are looking for a great remodeling company to work with in Austin, Texas. What are a couple of great ways to get in touch with you guys?
Yeah, so you could go to our website and literally schedule an appointment on jpexteriorsTX.com. That's the easiest. Otherwise, you can visit the website, give us a call, and really just the second you get to our website, everything is right there, ready to be clicked on for scheduling an appointment or contacting us. And that's at jpexteriorsTX.com.
Great. So JP Exteriors TX, like Texas, TX.com. Fantastic. Well, Allan, thank you so much for coming on the show today, spending your time to tell us about great company you guys have at JP Exteriors. Really appreciate you being on the show.
Thanks, Mark. It was a pleasure.